fresh out the box.
Fresh California plums.
Welcome to another episode of Fresh Film Fridays, the podcast where two dudes pick the newest films streaming or in theaters and discuss them. Today we're talking about 2022's Clerks 3, which was directed by Kevin Smith and is streaming somewhere. I'm your co-host, Alec.
Oh, I'm Eric. Just kidding, it's Justin.
Welcome back, Justin. It's been a while. We haven't done an episode in almost a month now.
Yeah, I almost forgot how to talk about movies.
Yeah, because we stopped for Hellraiser was our last one. That was like mid-October.
Yeah, I needed a break because of how bad it was.
Jesus. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was fine. But now we're back in New Jersey talking about a film franchise that you and I have always been huge fans of. I mean, when did you first see, like, the first Clerks?
Dude, honestly, I was thinking about it. The order in which I've seen all of, like, Kevin Smith's movies was completely out of how you should see it. I definitely saw Clerks 2 first, and then I saw Clerks 1, and then I saw, like, all the other ones he made, like Dogma, Mallrats, Jay and Silent Bob came out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why'd you see Clerks 2 first?
I didn't even know about Clerks 1.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Aren't you, like, from New Jersey?
Yeah, but dude, it's not like when the baby's born, they're like, here's your copy of Clerks 1 with the birth certificate. Like,
no, Jesus, I love this movie. I remember I bought the 10th anniversary DVD and watched it when I was like 14, probably. First time I saw it.
No, I think I may have seen Jay and Silent Bob first, and then I heard about Clerks 2, and then it took off from there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back is like one of my favorite comedies. I think it's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Clerks is like the beginning of Kevin Smith's, it's called the View Askew-averse or whatever, so everything's kind of connected in some weird way, sort of. But this is the trilogy, so Clerks was the first movie he ever wrote and directed. I think he was like 24, 25 in New Jersey, and it was just an autobiography of his life, basically. And this movie is even more meta than that, because it's like the characters that he based on himself are creating the movie that he created when he was a kid. So it's like, it's an extremely meta movie. I can't really think of any other movie that's like this. But yeah, so trilogy, it's a little, I never thought we'd see a Clerks 3. I'm not gonna lie. After Clerks 2, I was like, oh, okay, that was kind of a nice little way to wrap it up. But now, here we are. Clerks 2 came out in 2006. So 14 years later, I don't know. What'd you think? What'd you think of Clerks 3?
Yeah, big gaps because Clerks 2 was 2006 and Clerks 1 was 94. So he had massive gaps in between this. And I'm assuming all his other films came out in between. I know they were like early 90s when I was looking at it.
Yeah.
I read a bunch of reviews on this after watching it because I kind of went into it expecting, I don't know, Clerks 2 humor. And I mean, I definitely laughed. It was a different kind of humor, though. Like, I remember when I was younger, I was, like, holding your side in lauder. Like, I would be sitting on the couch dying at Clerks 2 and Jay and Silent Bob. And I didn't know what to expect with this one. Definitely did not expect how, like, real it was.
Yeah. I'm going to just, like, be honest. I think since Kevin Smith survived his heart attack, has a kid now, like, is just a little bit older, like, he's kind of lost a step with, like, his raunchy humor. It just doesn't hit the same way. Not to say this is, like, a bad movie or not funny or anything like that, but, like, you go from, like, Clerks 1, Clerks 2, and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and Mallrats, like, all that, to this. This one seems a little bit more like, okay, this is an adult. This isn't, like, a stoner comedy like it used to be.
Yeah, and, I mean, I really liked how... First off, I didn't even know that so many of the actors were from Clerks 1. Like, all those people who were in, like, the fake movie within the movie were the people from Clerks 1 that they brought back, which I really liked.
Oh, yeah, you mean like Veronica? Or what was her name? Vanessa? His girlfriend? Like, from the first one? Veronica?
Well, remember at the end when it showed... When he was watching the movie Dante, and
Yes.
It was filmed, like, when they were younger?
Right, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know if you meant, like, when they were doing the auditions, like, all of those people. That's what I thought you meant. Never mind.
Yeah, and then I read this one review. I mean, it got mixed reviews. Like, some people said, like, it wasn't funny or it was kind of bad, but I think they kind of missed what Kevin was going for. And let me try and find this one review here. I probably won't find it, but basically it said the movie reflected, like, the process of life. Like Clerks 1 was the first movie, so it was like you were being born, and then Clerks 2 was like growing up and like adulthood, and then Clerks 3 was like getting older and kind of dying because Dante died, Kevin Smith almost died, and this is probably the last one of the trilogy. And I was like, damn, that was deep. Like, I didn't even think of it like that.
I mean, yeah, no, that's technically true. I mean, it's a filmmaker, his first movie, and then, yeah, this is his most current film, but, you know, he was 22, 24 or whatever when he made the first one. Now he's like 50. So, yeah, it's like just watching the maturity of a filmmaker, essentially. And, yeah, massive spoiler, Dante does die. So, just... If you're somehow, you know, listening to this and haven't watched it. But yeah, I mean, do you know much about Kevin Smith's heart attack?
I only know that it was a massive heart attack, and I think it had something to do with, he was heavier.
Oh, yeah, he was really big. But the thing is, I don't know if it was on Joe Rogan's podcast or he went on someone's podcast fairly recently, and he kind of told the story of, like, him surviving and the doctor talking to him and all the stuff. Dude, after listening to the podcast and then watching this, it's like verbatim what happened to him. He's like telling jokes about like the doctor being like, oh, I see you're like a Batman fan. Well, you just had a Widowmaker and that's like a villain. Like all of the lines that the doctor was saying to him is what his doctor said to him. And it's like oh no, you're having a heart attack. Like all of that, that's exactly what happened to Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting. Very autobiographical in that regard.
Yeah, I'm assuming a lot of the things the doctors were saying, like only 20% of people live. I was like, this is probably like what he's telling his story through Randall.
Yeah, 100%. He's 100% telling his story. And, you know, he got a second lease on life. Like he had like a 20% chance of survival. He did. He became a vegan. I think he turned into like a stoner. So he quit like drinking and eating and stuff. So he did completely change his lifestyle. And he looks like a different human now. I mean, you look at Clerks or most of his movies until like a couple years ago or whatever. Now he's like super skinny, you know, looks good.
Did he mention like, was it hereditary or was it mostly due to his weight or?
Can't remember. I mean, dude, he must have been 300 pounds. I mean, there's no way that's healthy. And I think his dad died pretty young. His mom is in this movie, so she's still alive.
Who is she?
She's one of the older women who says some line I can't remember. It's like, oh, who's his mother? Like, he must be so embarrassed or something like that. Like, it's her. That's her.
Yeah, I like how he had his wife in there.
Oh, yeah, well, she's in a bunch of his movies.
Yeah. Which I mean, she didn't need to be in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy because when they showed the Clerks 1 footage, I mean, obviously it's been 24-ish years or something.
28 years.
28. They look so young in comparison, and I'm like, damn, dude. Yeah. That's gonna be us in like 15 years. Like, damn.
I know, dude. I mean, that's kind of why I don't like reboots necessarily, where they're like, all right, we're gonna like, you know, just use the Clerks name and have a whole new cast or whatever. Like, I like to see a sequel. I like to follow these characters, and I love how it's the same location too. So it's like we see how the locations changed, we see how the people have changed. I mean, I've seen Clerks 1 so many times, and I'm pretty sure that when they go on the top of the roof in the first one, they're playing the hockey game or whatever, there's no apartment complex across the street. There's nothing. And now there's all this stuff built around the Quick Stop grocery store. And it's just, I don't know, there was just like a thing I noticed about the time difference.
It's been a while. I haven't seen Clerks 1 in a while. I do actually, this one made me want to go back and watch Clerks 2. It's been a while since I've seen Jay and Silent Bob again.
Oh yeah.
Even like Dogma, Mallrats, and Chasing Amy. Like it's been. I think I saw it like early high school was the last time.
Yeah, I went through a huge Kevin Smith phase in high school. I mean, I have most of his movies on DVD. I think Jersey Girl is where I stopped, but I have all the other ones. They're making a Mallrats 2. That's coming out soon, which I'm kind of confused. I feel like that doesn't really need one, but whatever. Oh, jeez. Got an Amber Alert going on. Oh, my God. Oh, no, it's a flash flood warning. An LA flash flood warning. Whoa. All right, sorry. But, yeah, I mean, he's making a lot of sequels to his movies. I mean, he just did the Jay and Silent Bob reboot, which is a sequel to Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, which I really did not like. I wanted to, dude. Like, I will always support Kevin Smith. You know, I like him, but I was not enjoying that one very much. But his movies in between this, he went into horror for a while. He did Tusk and Red State, which I love both of those. So he can do horror well.
We talked about Tusk a bit, which was, I need to watch that. What is Red State about?
Red State is it's about like a Christian cult in Texas that kidnaps these 3 boys, and they're using them as a sacrifice. And then I don't know if it's like the ATF or the FBI or whatever, they come and there's a huge standoff. And it's about the standoff between the FBI and the cult. And it's John Goodman is the leader of the FBI. And there's this amazing actor, his name's escaping me now, but he just died recently. But he's in Tusk and he's in Red State, and he's like the leader of the church, and he's just like
Michael Park?
That's it, yeah. So good. So good. Dude.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, I didn't even know he made this. I will say, dude, every time I see Justin Long randomly appear in a movie, it always makes me laugh. And it's funny because, like, he doesn't even do anything. Like, all he did was put on a slight voice, and he's just like, I have to shave your groin. And I was just like, why do I find this funny?
Well, you saw Zach and Miri make a porno, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that's a Kevin Smith movie, and he's like...
Is Justin Long in that too?
Dude, he's the guy that's like, I like to suck dick, or whatever. He's like
my God!
He's like the porn star?
Dude, he's the boyfriend. Who is he dating?
Superman, whoever the guy that plays Superman.
Oh, Henry Cavill.
Or no,
God.
It's not him. It's the guy before him. It's whoever was playing Superman in the one before that. Hold on.
I need to look it up.
Superman Returns, that guy. What was that guy's name?
Zach and Miri.
Hold on, I got it right here. It's Brandon Routh, or whatever. The guy that played Superman.
Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, Justin Long killed me in Zack and Miri.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you make movies? He's like, yeah, and I forgot what the movie, he's like, more like, like Frank and Harry suck each other off.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, that's funny we're talking about this because I laughed every time all the customers assumed it was a porno. They're like, oh, you're filming a porno. It's like, why? Why are they assuming that?
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing, dude. Like, I love Zack and Miri Make a Porno. Like, I think the movie's just so funny. But I feel like there was a lot of that movie in this. Just like
what?
Like the auditioning scene, and then them filming in a coffee shop, and then them filming in the store. Like, it just felt like they took a lot, or Kevin Smith took a lot from Zack and Miri and put it in this. But not bad, but I just didn't really understand the auditioning part in Clerks because they didn't use anybody.
Yeah, I think that was a way for them to just, showcase all their friends who are also actors / comedians. Love that they put Ben Affleck in there. And
oh, yeah.
I was just thinking from like Ben's perspective, right? Who's been a ton of serious movies. And it must be so like relaxing for him to get a call and it's just like, hey Kevin, what's up? And they're like, Ben, we need you to come on and just do some like, funny Boston accents. He's just like, of course, like I'd love to.
Oh yeah, I mean he's been in so many of Kevin Smith's movies. I mean, I'd say part of the reason why Ben Affleck is probably because of Chasing Amy. I mean, that was like one of his first leading roles where he was like able to really flex his acting abilities. I mean, I know Good Will Hunting came out before that, but he's not the lead in that really. It's more Matt Damon's movie.
Yeah.
But I love Chasing Amy.
It's just great that they're still all in it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Dude, it's funny. I saw Kevin Smith at my dad got me some, like, tickets or whatever to watch him talk. This was, like, we were probably in high school. This was probably, like, 15 years ago. And there was, like, a question and answer thing after he had spoken for, like, hours. And some guy goes up and just asks him some random question. It was, like, funny and the audience laughed or whatever. And Kevin Smith just, like, squints and looks. He's like, Affleck? Is that fucking Affleck? What are you doing here? And he's like, what? He's like, oh, Jesus, dude, I thought you were Ben Affleck. Like, I can't see up here. Like, I thought Affleck came to this and was fucking with me right now. Like, he's like, you really look like Ben Affleck from up here, just so you know. And the guy was like, oh, okay, sort of thing. And I'll never forget that. Yeah. I like Kevin Smith. I've always liked him.
Oh, speaking of which, before I forget, and I showed you this back when it happened, but Kevin Smith liked my tweet on Twitter.
Wait, really? I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, I showed you. I sent it to the group chat. So Metalcore Nerds, who was on our show, posted on Twitter like, I think it was like 2 months ago that he was watching it. And I was like, oh, dude, I've been meaning to watch it. But it literally was not playing near me at all. Like, there was one showing at like 9:55, 40 minutes away from where I lived. And I was like, why is this not able to be watched? Yeah. And I was like, dude, how is it? And he's like, he said it's very funny, tons of dick jokes, blah, blah, blah. And I responded, I was like, you had me at dick jokes. And dude, Kevin Smith liked it.
Wow.
And then I commented after that, I said,